Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my second video. This time I'm not outside. As you can see, the camera is not shaking and I'm in my house. This is where I do 90% of my life. It's in my house. Anywhere else and it's like I only go there when necessary or when I feel like it, and I rarely ever feel like going out. I'm like an indoorsy person. Okay, so on my last video, I was on my way back from work going to a mall. I wanted to shoot a video of the mall, but then I got there and then my phone died. And then I was like, how the heck am I supposed to do this now? And so I decided, skip it. Besides, I'm not that confident at doing a video, like holding my phone and walking around in front of a whole bunch of people. It's not my thing. I feel really shy, and that's coming from me. Okay, so this video I'm going to talk about my high school days. Like, Cambodian high school as a black person can be really frustrating, like seriously, very frustrating. Like the first time I went to a high school in Cambodia, it was Western International, and that's actually where I finished my high school, Western International School. I studied there my entire high school career, if that was even a career. So, yeah, it wasn't the best of experience. Hell, I can even say it was the worst of my worst experience ever. Like, there was a whole lot of racism. I couldn't make friends with the natives. Also, the language barrier was something. And it's called international school, but like when I was studying there, like let's say the math subject, when the teacher's explaining it, he does it in Khmer. Like, Khmer is the native language of Cambodia, and he does it in Khmer, and then I don't understand a single word he is saying. And then he gives this in-depth explanation, and then when he's done, everyone understands it, and then I don't. And then I'm the kind of person that's like too shy to raise up my hand and be like, teacher, I don't understand a single thing you just said. So yes, my high school days weren't the best. But during those times I also made two friends. Obviously they were not Cambodian. I made friends with a Korean and a Taiwanese. I like both of them, but we kind of lost contact as we grew. Like after high school, it was like bam, it's all done. Yeah, I was like, I would try to keep in contact with them after high school. Then after high school, my life got like really hectic, but that's digressing. Let's go back to high school. So I did grade 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at Western, because I started at grade 8. When I came here, I was like, okay, let's start at grade 8. I actually missed 1 year of high school, but I'm like, screw that, who cares? So I started grade 8 here, and it was so hard to try and keep up with other students, like so hard. I am not the studiest type. Like, if you put me in a classroom filled with people that are the same as me, that's fine, because I'm like a kind of person that if I don't get like one-on-one explanation, me and the teacher, I'm never ever gonna get it. Like, I'm never gonna understand what you're saying. And math, physics, chemistry, they were my worst of worst subjects. Like, you cannot begin to imagine. It was that bad. Like, out of 100, I can get 10. And that's when I try my best. And then when I don't try at all, out of 100, it's a zero. It's a guaranteed zero. My best subject was actually history. I loved listening to the history teacher. Every time he's like, we're gonna talk about World War I or World War II. I'm like, yes, bring the juicy stuff. But then my chemistry teacher, he's gonna be like, we're gonna talk about the chemicals and stuff. And then there's like this chemical table. Don't ask me what it is, I don't even remember. So like there was this tables we had to memorize, and then every time I looked at this table, I couldn't even bother to like look at it for a long time. I'll pick up this table of like chemical signs or whatever, and then there's a whole lot of it, and I'm supposed to remember H2O is water. Oh my god, I actually remember that. And then we have to remember like H2O is water, O2 is like oxygen. I hope it's oxygen. I'm not even sure if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, just tell me at the comments. All right, so like yeah, after doing that, I'll be like, okay, I'll go to school and try to take the test. And then obviously I'm gonna fail. I every time I tried studying for like a quiz or a test, when it comes to stuff that has these equations, like my worst subjects, I never get that enthusiasm, if that's what you call it. I just don't. But skipping all that, that's like that's a me issue. That's a me problem. I suck at that. Skip that. Now, why I said that my high school was worst of worst wasn't just because of like the my speaking explanations that they always give every time they have this really important subject. It's mostly because like the racism. I was young back then, so I was like not used to racism, and also back then Cambodia has not developed as it has now. The racism was like a lot. I literally couldn't handle that, so sometimes I get depressed, and I didn't even know I was depressed. So like after sometimes I got used to it, but then this happened at my prom night. It was like the worst thing ever to ever happen to someone at the prom. Now obviously no one's gonna ask me out. I'm the only black kid in the entire effing school. So I was like, okay, I'll go to prom. I'll be alone. It's fine. Maybe I can like chill with the music that will probably be there or something. And then I dress up, makeup, all that stuff, and then I go to prom. And then I realized that my class actually had some video shooting to do. They did some video shoots with all the students in the class except moi, obviously, as you can see. And I was so beautiful. I mean, look at this photo up here. This was me. I was a gorgeous lady. So they did all this without me, and then they left me out of a lot of stuff. And then they mostly converse in Khmer, and they never bothered to translate to me. It was so freaking annoying. So like after I saw the video, I was feeling down. I was feeling like, why did you guys tell me this kind of stuff? Like, what the hell, man? And then during the prom dance, no one came to even like bother to like, oh, you look good today. Oh, your prom gown is nice. Or oh, your makeup is nice. Or oh, your hair is nice. Oh, something. Oh, they did not. It was just me, myself, and I. Yes, I love that song. It was just me, myself, and I. I was like so frustrated. I felt so left out, so ostracized that I was like just cried. Obviously, I was still young back then. I cried, and then I called my mom. I was like, "Can you pick me up? I don't want to be here anymore." Because during the entire thing, I felt so left out. The conversations were in Khmer, the programs were in Khmer, the games were in Khmer. I mean, excuse you. You're supposed to be an international school, but then I was like the only black person there, so they probably didn't. I can't even right now. So yeah, that after that, like I left the prom early, obviously. Got home with my Went home with my mom and my brother, and like I cried like a whole lot more at home, but then it was okay after a while. Then I was like, okay, fine, I'll get over it. So yeah, I've gotten over it. Obviously, it's been like how many years since I graduated high school? Excuse you. But anyway, there were some good parts about high school. Like we had this one black teacher, and then it was a it was a male. He was a male, and then he was like really funny, always telling these funny jokes, trying to put everyone together, me included. Thanks you. But then but then I know I should not be laughing, but the funniest thing happened like one day, like let's say today's Monday, and then everyone's talking about, oh, he smokes so much, what if he dies one day of like a heart attack or something? And then the next day, like Tuesday, we got news. We got news, like it was an announcement in school that the English teacher is dead. I should probably never laugh at this. This is a serious discussion thing. So like, okay, so let me just explain this again. I know I'm like repeating myself. Sorry. Like, okay, so we got this. He was male, black. On Monday, the students were having a discussion about, teacher, you smoke so much. What if one day you just die because you're ruining your health? And then on Tuesday, we get a school-wide announcement that he is literally dead. Oh my god. I was shocked, and also I was terrified. I was like, did the students do this to him? Because I used to watch a lot of videos. I was like, oh my god, what if the students did it? What if they planned it? And I was like really paranoid. I was planning on skipping school, but my mom, she's a black mom, obviously, you ain't gonna skip school for nothing like that. So yeah, I was sent back to school the very next day. But he was a fun teacher. You're probably wondering, oh, if he was a fun teacher, what's his name? I don't know. I I don't freaking know. Okay, how many years has it been since I graduated high school? Like 4 years, 5 years. It's been 5 years. Excuse you. You expect me to remember stuff like that? That is like high school in Cambodia is like the one thing I don't want to remember. Also, I went to Western. My two eldest brothers also went to Western. Imagine that. And now my little sister was at Western, but then we pulled her out because after my experience, we didn't want her to experience that kind of a thing. So we like pulled her out of it and we put her in a different school. And schools in Cambodia are like really funny. When I came here the first time to Cambodia, there wasn't a lot of people. I said people, no. There wasn't a lot of schools before. There was few of it, and excuse me, I always like playing with my hair. I'm sorry. So like there wasn't a lot of schools, and then like lately, after like 2 3 years, schools started popping up like mushrooms. Like you can find them literally everywhere, like every corner, every single alley, like anywhere you walk past. There is like Little Bell International School. There is the international added, obviously. There's, I don't know, some random named school. There are schools literally everywhere. So yeah, things are progressing, but they're progressing in a weird direction. Way too much schools. Like you can go to like, okay, I want to go to let's say some new school that just opened, like ASS, something like that, and then you get to that line, and then there's going to be like a whole line of just a whole bunch of schools before you get to ASS, and I'm like, whoa. They be popping up like mushrooms after rain. There are like a lot of schools in Cambodia, and Cambodia is, it's a nice place when you get to know the language. I'm not really good at it, but the little bit that I get to pick up, Chimrip Su, Chimrip Lia, when I say it to the Cambodians, they're like, oh, you can speak Khmer, and then oh wait, they don't speak it in English. They're like, oh, Yo Khmer, and I'm like, yes, tick 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 means a little bit, and then Yo Khmer means you understand Khmer, and then I'm like, yes, just a little bit. Obviously just a little bit. And then they're like, how long have you been here? And I'm like, why you want to know? The first time someone asked me, how long have you been here? And I was like, 10 years. And they're like, you don't understand Khmer even after 10 years? I was like, excuse you. But anyway, let's not digress. This video is just most about my high school, and I think I'm about done with it. So there were good parts. The good part were my Korean and my Taiwanese friends. That with my Taiwanese friend, I used to go to her house, and they always speak Chinese at her house. So it was really fun to go there, especially when the Chinese people are like so loud, and I'm like, excuse you, are you yelling at me or something? And my Korean friend, she left, and I don't know, we all lost contact with her. Well, we lost contact with her before we lost contact with each other. So yeah, yeah. So my two friends, Susie, and the other one's name is like so hard to pronounce. And my other friend, we formed a not so strong of a bond, but it was bonding. We were bonding, and then the bond broke after we grew up. And yeah, so yeah, my high school life was not as great as the movies. No. I remember coming to Cambodia, and then my mom was like, you're gonna study here, and I was remembering all those movies I watched back in Nigeria, and then I was thinking, okay, high school life is gonna be like that because I watched High School Musical like a whole ton of times, and then I was like, okay, maybe my high school life is gonna be like High School Musical. It wasn't. Hell, High School Musical was like heaven for me, like heaven compared to my own high school life, because no, high school is not like that. It's like, don't trust what you see in the movies. They're called movies for a reason. They're acted out. Yeah. Yeah. Apart from that, everything went swimmingly. That's a lie. Nothing went swimmingly after high school. So, okay, I don't want to talk too much during this video. I feel like I'm talking way too much. I'm getting way too excited. Excited. So, okay. So, my next video, I'm probably going to continue from here, or maybe I'm going to talk about my university, or talk about something that I like. Or who knows, I might decide to finally get up off my chair and travel outside. And when I say travel last time, I mean like just walk out to the store nearby and buy stuff and then film that because traveling costs a lot of money and I don't have that right now. No. So when I say travel, I mean I'm gonna work out of my house with my two legs for a very short distance. And yeah. So for those of you that are planning on living in Cambodia and you want to send your kids to Cambodia, if you're white, you don't have a problem. Like, they'll take you with their arms and legs open. Let's cut out the legs part. They'll take you with your arms wide open because, like, they love white people. They eat up that thing. Like, oh, white, we love it. But if you're black, like me, and then you want to live in Cambodia with your kids, and your kid's black, your kids no be shading any weird ass color, your kid's black, then you probably want to find a school where there's like a lot of like foreign teachers, foreign like a lot of foreign teachers, like a lot of white teachers, with a bit of black teachers. And you can also come to Cam Asian, but Cam Asian is like a language school. They teach English and Chinese. I really want to learn Chinese, but it's so hard. Oh my god. So yeah, there are some good schools you can find for your kids. Not trying to roast any school here. Wink. There are, you can still find some good schools because there is a lot of schools in Cambodia. If you come here and tell me you cannot find a single good school to put your kid in, you're lying. Because there are schools as there are sand on the ground. There are that many schools. So at least one of it will fit your, I don't know, criteria. As long as you don't want some heavenly made school or those schools you see in movie with sing offs and dance offs and I don't know, basketball singing. No. As long as you come for actual school. Yeah, you'll find some schools to fit you. High schools. Like the one my sister's currently going to is, it's pretty okay. There's no racism. There's a lot of foreigners. She is not the only black one there, so she doesn't like stand out like a sore thumb like me. So yeah, it's like there are good schools in Cambodia. Honestly, this is me second guessing myself. There are good schools in Cambodia, yes. And yeah, that's much it. That's it for my video. So I hope that this video was at least interesting to someone out there. If it was interesting to you, or if you just like looking at my face, then like, subscribe, and put a comment in the comment section. Okay, so like, seriously, like, subscribe, and comments below. Thank you, and I will see you all whenever I see you all. I don't know when I'll see you all.